Hello, everybody. Welcome to the JJA Show. It's actually been a long time I did a JJA show, and apologies for that. Actually, I must admit it's. I'll be honest. The thing is, and why I didn't do a JJA show. I really felt I didn't have good content to come with to talk about. Sometimes you're looking for something, you really want the best, and you want to bring up a good show, but to bring a good show you also have to have really good content. And I felt like, if I go to a show, I do to go to get a show done, um, but without proper content. And I thought, well, if I wait a little bit, I can build up and I have great content. And guys, I have great content. And what a show we're going to have. We're going to talk a little bit about things that are bothering me. And I tested a little bit off. I've been asking around over the social media. I've been testing a little bit, asking my friends, a very one dear friend of mine, especially, and she totally agreed with it. And this is the thing, and I want to talk about because it really upsets me. And I also have to start. We'll talk about other things, but I really have to get this off my mind. And I thought I'll never talk about it because, yeah, as you may know, I do watch sometimes MTV, and I do like, for example, shows like Catfish. I love the show Catfish. But also, I think the shows Teen Mom are great content to show teens watch out with having sex, and the danger of it, early becoming teen moms and stuff. Watch out with that. I think the concept is very good. It's always the same, I mean, the intro exactly shows the same, even if it's another person. But today I was a little bit shocked, and I was actually a little bit thrown out. And maybe I don't know. I'm getting older, or I'm a parent. Uh, these maybe things come along under the fact. And it was around 2 o'clock in the afternoon here in Danish time, and it lasted a whole hour to three. And I really was disgusted. I felt this is the low point I ever seen. And what is it about? It's called a show that Are You the One? And it's advertised, listen to this, it's advertised as a dating show. I think it's false advertisement. And I will come back to that later why. And what could you actually see on this show? What could you gain from this show? Um, uh, well, I'll be honest. The first 5 minutes, I heard a guy talking about his male genitals, um, and how proud he was of them, and everybody thought it was a great part of his body. I'm seriously, if I talk with my friends, do you think I'm talking about my male genital? That's the first thing. And they didn't use the word male genital, they used the D word. But I don't want to say it because of YouTube's policy, but we all know what we're talking about. Then, in the show, there was this concept in a group. There was several whole group, so several people in whole group, and there was this guy who's laying on his back, it was total flat, and the girl came to sit on him, and she started thrusting herself over his crotch. I'm sorry, MTV, and you really have to explain this to me at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Now, I know they were fully dressed, but you have to understand, kids nowadays, they grab the remote control and they step around. They probably come across your television. Kids maybe from 6 years to 11 years. Is that appropriate to show them to those kids? Are you fully aware what you're doing? I mean, seriously, maybe I'm all days, but sorry. And calling that an advertisement as a date show, as you say, it's they never have a proper date. Well, if they behave like that, I can understand that they never have a proper date. You know what I call that? Being a slut. And sorry, I have to now go really deep, and I'm so disgusted by this. I already, my complaint letter is already in your mailbox, so you can read it. I already mentioned the show, so you can look at it. I even tweeted already this link to you. So I hope you see this. So I really hope, and you start thinking about it. And I'm not the only one who's convinced about this. I'm really not. All right. And I think it's inappropriate what you're doing. I understand nowadays you have to go this far to get viewers. I really don't. I really understand that. All right. But then show it after 10 o'clock in the evening or middle of the night when there are no kids watching TV. On a Saturday afternoon at 2 o'clock, trust me, there's a lot of kids watching television. More kids actually than adults, because adults have to probably go do shopping, they have to prepare, maybe do some cleaning. I don't know. You know what I mean? So they don't really also have time to quickly see what the child's watching, and they come across your channel. I'm sorry. I think even the European, the EU should look at this, and if you start showing this kind of content, you should be banned to broadcast, because this, I don't know, but this is pure sex. I mean, seriously, I was so majorly disgusted, and trust me. And then you say in the beginning, this is persons who can't get a proper date, and with psychologists, they help to find a perfect match for them. Well, to be honest, MTV, those people on those shows, they don't need a psychiatrist. Yeah, maybe because there's something mentally wrong with them. But not only that, I think they need an HIV test. Because trust me, those kind of sluts, and how they were talking, oh, but they want to stay with the guy because they're really love, but he was doing their best friends. Trust me, if they don't have some sort of disease, I'm sorry, but I can guarantee they have. And you broadcast that on TV. Sorry, but I think it's so inappropriate. And I wouldn't like from MTV, if they're really seeing this show, because I mentioned this show in this email, I would like a proper explanation. And I promised it, MTV, I promise, if they come with a good explanation and an apology, I will read it clean to them, also on the show. So this topic will be continued. If I get a response, of course. But trust me, I'm a hard complainer, I can tell you that. And I thought, well, it's a perfect thing for the JJA show. You know how hard the show can be, but trust me, I have more respect for other things I was negative on than this television show. If you ask me, you can better call it Horse Unlimited. And I'm not talking about the animal. I'm sorry, but you know, put it on, I don't know, the Playboy channel instead. It will be more appropriate, I think. And to be quite honest, now I don't watch the Playboy channel, but you know, they have more proper content than you guys have. And I have a lot of respect for MTV. I really do, because they have some great shows. But this, oh, this goes too far. Or for something else or something, you know what I mean? And I don't want to say any more about, but I hope MTV gets the picture of this. So anyway, next topic I want to talk about. You spent 10 minutes on this rant. You know, guys, how I get. I'm honest. Have I said something wrong? Do you think it's appropriate to see a girl thrust herself over the crotch of a guy she never seen before? It's their first date. Let's be honest. Let's talk about dating. All right. How do you take your, if you're going with a girl out on a date first time? Do you lay your back and let her thrust yourself? Maybe okay, if you both decide you want to, but you don't put it on national television. I'm all classy. I'll be honest. But I'll describe my date. I'll take a nice restaurant, so I can have a good chat, get this person to know. You know, it's some sort of game. I know it sometimes can be boring. What's your favorite color or your favorite animal? Or, I don't go even to this question, to be honest. I'm just having a normal chat. And when you talk to a person, you get them easy better to know them. And then in that factor, you can decide, hey, does this person match to me or whatever? Okay, and if you do, you take it further. And I don't know, I'll be honest, sex on a first date, it's nice, but it's not necessary. You know what I mean? I think it depends totally on the mood. If you really have a good connection and you're both up to it, fine. Use your proper mind and protect yourself. That's all I want to say. Damn, I feel like Dr. Root. Oh, by the way, who don't know Dr. Root, that was a sexologist in the 80s who went on television and talked about sex and sex education. You know what I mean? Just saying. But anyway, I can remember that when I was young. It was on Sky Channel. And by the way, when I saw that, it was always after when Sky Channel broadcast wrestling, and then after that they showed Dr. Root. I don't know why. It was some sort of, and it was not even female wrestling on it. So I never got that one. You know what I mean? Anyway, so I think, or you take it to cinema, that's also appropriate. What I do always like, and there's an extra feature, if you still have a little bit doubts, and the weather is nice, or you have a very beautiful moon, ask for a nice stroll, go for a long walk. And if you do have something, hey, maybe try to hold her hand, if she accepts. Because then you're one of those signs. You can see if she's interested or not. There are certain things. And you definitely need a psychiatrist to find out what your perfect date is. Because then there's something wrong with yourself. Maybe you need a psychiatrist for yourself. All right. And, if you go through these days, the first time you can get the guy, oh, let's lay him on the back. I'm going to go thrust him over myself. I think that's wrong. And as I said to you, the only thing I say, and the word that comes to mind, is slut. I'm sorry, guys. I'm really sorry, but this is way too much. All right, next topic. I wanted to go a little bit there, but Anyway, I was reading this week an article, and I want to actually do it already in show about for now. I'll wait to the JJA show because, I have one topic, whole show. It's a little bit boring. And I think it's an important topic. Also for JJA, JJA Sports Studio. And JJA Live Tube, of course. And movie rents. Because we're using the social media a lot. And we lay our content on the social media. You can find all our content there. We use, Twitter. We use Pinterest. We use Tumblr. What do we more? We're looking into Instagram, if I may tell you, trying to figure out some stuff. And we're also talking about Snapchat. But that is in the future. All right, that's in the future. But we're talking about Facebook. Facebook is going to make some changements. And Mark Zuckerman has said that maybe it is a good idea to make these changements, to get a hold on, to make the future better for Facebook. Facebook is troubling a lot, and they think if they make the change. And what is this change? Well, it's very easy. They're going to make now all the posts from your friends and family. They come first, then the groups, and then the pages. But these groups and these pages you self-subscribe to. So you want content from that, right? If you don't want content, you don't like those pages, or you don't sign up to those pages. And that now totally fades away. So what do you get for content on your main site? And thank God I don't have many friends of them, because I can't stand it if they write that. And I'm glad for my Facebook that they not so bad. I'm going to write that. And I'm talking about, of course, those comments. Hey, I'm sitting on the loo having a poo, or I'm brushing my teeth, or whatever. I'm not interested in that. And those kind of contents, things that Mark Zuckerman is more important. Well, you subscribe to pages you want content of. So does this solve anything? No, it doesn't. Of course, for JJA Sports Studio, it's also ridiculous, terrible, because we gain less visitors, of course. But I don't know what Mark Zuckerman's thinking. I see the downfall even coming now. If they start doing this, the downfall to Facebook will come. Instagram is already winning a lot. That's why we are already looking into Instagram to find techniques and etc. I think that Instagram, if they put smart, they can win a lot of souls right now, especially after the update. So they really have to start thinking, hey, I see Instagram is taking over. Then I'm really sure of. And that's the same for Twitter. The thing was, I was talking with somebody yesterday about Twitter. And Twitter is actually a very useful tool. Everything. You can even contact the police via Twitter. If there's something wrong, you send a tweet to the police. And it's so easy to do. And the problem is not everybody's using Twitter on the correct scale. It's not being used properly, especially here in Denmark. I don't know how it's actually in the rest of the world. Denmark is very terrible to use Twitter. There's something, I don't know what. But if you utilize Twitter, it can actually utilize yourself very good. Now, funny part of is that we don't have so much followers on Twitter, and that is because I think it's not dealt very well. That's the problem. We use Twitter a lot, but we don't get so much out of it because a lot of people don't know how to use Twitter. And that's a shame. Because we want with also to use our Twitter for that you can interact with us. That's the whole thing, but a lot of people don't know how to figure it out. And it's so damn easy. And why do we tweet you? Well, if you are sitting in a football match and you want to share, hey, check out this moment, and tweet it to us. Add to JJA Sports Studio. And you know what I mean? It is something that I feel sometimes that, and I hear a lot of people, complaining. And also even I was talking about somebody from the police about, they say, we have this, function for Twitter. People can contact us. It's hardly done because people can't figure it out. Everybody who is well-known and well-busy on Twitter reacts. It's the same. I mean, even I got entered to a group of Ons best Twitters. Thank you very much for that. You know what I mean? But it doesn't. It doesn't give away that. You know what I mean? That it gives you relevance. It doesn't give you any property. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't give you involvement if you don't know how to use it. That is a shame. And Facebook was working. Facebook was really going great. And I think, I'll be honest, we really had a good content run on Facebook. And I have something, well, I'm really, if really Mark Zuckerman thinks about this will solve it, I really have my doubts. And already have a lot of people hanging with me. Even the New York Post wrote about it. It would kill Facebook. Um, as I said to you, because if you don't want content from a page, then don't like that page. It's that simple, right? And if you don't want content from other things that of interest to you, don't write it in your profile interests. It's that easy. I think, of course, there are a lot of people who don't know this. And a lot of people should. Actually, they should have. But if I was Mark Zuckerman, I would make an introduction video how Facebook works and explain to them, if they don't want that content, how you can turn it off. It's that simple, and I think that would save Facebook a lot more than make this change. Because hey, if I sign up to a page, I'm interested to get content of it, and don't go switch it off for me. Well, I'm interested to have it, right? It's something like I say I want a cookie. Let's say I'm in a restaurant, right? Yes, with my first date, remember? And I say I want spaghetti, right? Just say something. And then they say, sorry, you can't get it. We just taken the spaghetti away. Even though it's still on the menu card. It's not that the pages are getting deleted or the groups getting deleted, but it slowly start pushing to the side. And why do they do this? There is something. Because then what Mark Zuckerman said, yeah, if you get shown, then these pages have to start more boost their articles. Oh, that's very nice. I have at least 20 articles on day with sports news, around 20, around. So you know what I mean? That means I have to boost 20 articles on a daily time. That will cost me millions. I don't have the fun for that. I won't even get the fun out of it. And why? Because I made the agreement. I make this page, I put it there, so the users so people can like the page and they will get that content for free offered to them. It's for me a win case and for you as would like the page. We are also, yes, sharing content in groups where we work a lot together with, collaborate, as that may say, that we also do. But for them also, it's very interesting for them to get more content so they can get more users in. And that's for more of them content to show, and we attract also users from that again. It's that simple. It's for all plus, 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 plus. I really, and that's why I see the downfall, right? As I told you, if you want to order us, if you take a menu in a restaurant and you just send spaghetti, you order spaghetti and say, well, sorry, but you can only have chicken soup. And I know Facebook has gone less, and where is actually now laying the problem with Facebook? It's not the content. And I saw a great article this week in the news, and I thought actually that is true. There are, unfortunately, and these are especially the trolls on Facebook, they're using so battered language. For example, I will take you an example. We did an article about Selena, who wants to come back to WWE. And see, I will give you a little bit of backstory. Selena was in the faction in WWE. I can't forget, and that was with, I can't remember the name, but that was with CM Punk. And she was fired because she had a problem. WWE helped her, but she was fired for she was getting addicted to painkillers and some also alcohol and etc. She went up to the kickoff clinic, and trust me, she cleaned herself out. She is totally clean today. But what happens sometimes if you do that, you lose a lot of weight, right? And she became more as a woman, if I may say so, flat-chested. And I put this article on, a nice picture and great article about that she will come to, that she's willing to come back to WWE, that she's in negotiations, etc. And there was this guy who wrote underneath, "Oh, she has to get more tits." How degrading can you be as a person to write that? I mean, isn't that insulting to her? And that happened due to she was having this problem and she dealt with it. And that's very hard, but I hear from a lot of people, but she dealt with it and she did it very well. Is that not a little bit, I mean, something, degrading? I mean, with all due respect, are they talking about your nuts? Nobody's mentioning your nuts, so why should you mention about her body parts? How dare you? And the thing is, I'll be honest, I reported that to Facebook because I thought it was sexual abusive. I think it's inappropriate how you mention it, etc., etc. And the problem there comes with the major problem with Facebook. There they should change things. They don't think it was not removed, and Facebook wrote because it doesn't surpass our guidelines and regulations. But I can understand if Selena would read that, that would hurt the crapper out of her. Facebook, think about what you're saying. That's degrading of women. And you think that is acceptable? How dare you? Mark Zuckerman, you probably won't see this show, but I hope you do. These things, and this is not the only thing. I've seen a lot of content that was really, really hard and to the whistle, and I thought it was so inappropriate. And if you report it, you get the same message back. And Facebook should really get to act on that because it's wrong. It's wrong. Because you can, with these comments, you really can hurt a person. And I think that is where Facebook more should go out than changing the content. Because, and the article was really strict about it. They say, what was it, 60 or 70% didn't Facebook because hard language. Just some idea. Facebook, do something and let the rest be. And I think that's more fair also to what it's about. You know what I mean? It's not that So now, who's looking along, we're doing this video live, watching live. Let me know in the chat what do you think. I have the chat open, and and content on Facebook that's been written in comment sections that is so hard and degrading. And if you report it, you will get a negative result. Trust me, people who know me privately know what I've been also thrown at, and they thought that was also acceptable, and that was really harsh. That I had to report to the police even. They helped me first. Eventually, by the way, but that was because of the police, and there was. The problem is also that these trolls are always having. They're not all from their real Facebook account. It's just our security. You know what I'm saying? I saw the promo of what is catfishing starring on MTV, and that's also so many fake accounts, so many, and it's only getting worse. And that's not because of you want to stalk somebody and pretending somebody else is in love with that. It's mostly to annihilate a person or to insult. You know what I mean? I'll be honest. Our employees from JJA Sports Studio, they also have in their face, and they had even to go with when they're using their profile. For example, the friend request button only to show that they can get friend requests via friends. I mean, we have two lovely ladies working for us at the moment, Ilona and Zelaya. And they said both also, I get friend requests, and it says, do you want they never person, or you want to have a relationship. I can remember in the group we find out where it's coming from. She wrote also send friend request. I'm not interested in a relationship. Go or something. I can understand that. I really can, because it's really getting annoying. You know, if you it's something that I think that will sharpen the tool on, and not so what I say. On the other hand, for example, you difference again if you're or a small user. That also, and I heard about that Logan guy who with the suicide video, you know what I mean? And he got a slap on the wrist. He didn't get any punishment for it. You know what I mean? If I would do that kind of video, trust me, the video will be taken down and my YouTube account will be taken down. It's that simple. You know, a big one. I would like to be soon once on YouTube again. I really would like that. You know what I mean? And I hope and we'll do more. So don't long term going up again. And you know what I mean? So I really hope that social media can figure it out. And if you really want to gain, and then for Facebook, and there's also for YouTube, that's for Twitter. Look at people. Sometimes they respond in comments, and be more harsh with that. You know what I mean? If you are very blunt about somebody's body or because that can be so harsh, you know what I mean? Or um, the sexuality or whatever. I think that there's a more social media being shown. So anyway, that's for me. I think I've been talking. Yeah, no, no, oh no, no, no. Oh, wait a second, JJ. You forgot half. And there's something I want to talk about. And also again, it was known that Paige has to probably professional wrestling. And I've seen a lot of posts today again that they blame Banks. She was in a she gave a back drop kick and that went wrong. With all due respect, that is not Sasha to blame. And I'll explain you that a little. These matches are staged. They exactly know what to do from move to move today, right? And we all get it right done. You really have to be quick on your feet. You really have to be, the bar. And that it goes into second. If you 1 second already goes wrong, and that's what it went wrong. You know what I mean? And what probably happened is when very straight. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that matter. Um, as I said to you with Paige, so what she probably did, she got a back drop from behind, and she she fell. So what you have to do, if you're not too far, you probably what you have to do, have you keep your hands in a straight line. What I also learned with judo, straight, keep your hands strong, and you fall your hands. You will break your fall. Your face will not hit the mat. You have to keep your next term. You really have to keep your body, you know what I mean, in a certain line. Yeah. Make sure not too stiff because then you still get a shock. And then you get whiplash and everything. So you really have to give a little bit going, but make sure that you have enough space. And if it goes too quick, and that, for example, Paige has not much room to live in, room to move in, then you get these accidents. That's why you can't blame Paige, right? She just did what that was scripted and been told to do. Can you blame Sasha? No, no. Can you blame Paige? No. Can you blame Sasha? No. It's just an accident, people. Stop blaming Sasha. She was just doing a job. Then you can also blame John Cena for Daniel Bryan. He was in the match. That was his last match. Does that happen? No. Because we at that time knew it was an accident. Again, social media. And there's a lot of people that just start typing away. And they probably will do that also in this video. But they don't use their brain. First think, then write. I'll probably have to use a lot of, remove comment, remove comment, remove comment. I will do that. I have no issues in it. I have nothing more to say today. It's something like this. I really had to get off my mind. I'll be back at least for Monday, and we're starting the daily shows with football news and wrestling shows. Not sure if I'm going to do it live or whatever, but you'll see that when it happens. I'll make an update if I got my mind set on it. But I promise these shows will happen. All right. Take care. Have a great Saturday evening. If you're going out, be careful. As I say always, if you want to go out, don't drink and drive. Take a cab, take a bus, go walking, right? Or ask somebody to drive you. That's simple. Somebody who hasn't been drinking, probably better, a very good idea. And I really hope you tune in for next show. My name is J.J Abbink, reporting for JJA Sports Studio, JJA Live Tube, here on youtube.com/JJA Live Tube. Don't forget to check us on facebook.com/JJA Sports Studio. You can send us a tweet on @JJA Sports Studio. Pinterest.com/JJA Live Tube. Tumblr.com/JJA Sports Studio. I really look forward to hear from you guys. Let me know what you think about it. Let me know what you think about the TV program, or are you the one, or the changements on Facebook to come? What do you think? Or the situation with Paige? I want to thank you everybody for watching. Take care. Have a great weekend. Ciao.